Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening wherever you are. The stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with HexAsians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and Middle Class Working Man.
HexAsians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Hey.
Good evening, everyone.
こんばんは。おはようございます。
Namaste, HexAsians. How is everyone? You know the drill. What are you guys drinking? I am not drinking anything. I already drank it. I was drinking some hot cocoa in the convenience store. It's so very convenient. And it's a true brew because yeah, I like to speak the truth.
Okay.
Hey, D, just before you go ahead, I found something really funny on the internet. Of course, you know, we'll always find funny shit on the internet. Tell me what you think of this, okay? When you say true brew, sorry, I should say. What the fuck did he just do?
He was tasting it before it went in.
That's how Indians drink tea. It's called chai. Proper.
Milk tea with a little spit on it.
Man.
Oh.
I don't think he actually licked the milk. But
No, he did. He fucking did.
I think it would have splattered a little bit.
Yeah.
You might have got a drop or two.
Never know. You never know.
Oh man. But let's say hi to our usual listeners. DJ Nom Nom, T-Bird, Yellowtail, Hexhodl, and of course Sandy B the Dude, Ahmad Nabil, Miss Exquisite, who else? And we also had a crypto stylist a little while ago. I think she left after listening to this bad intro. So I okay, we are waiting for Wales to join. He's a bit busy, you know. And we don't have Papa B today because today in Japan is celebrated as what
Burning
was
kebab.
it?
Respect for the aged day, whatever that is.
Which is true, but I'm not so well known in Japan that they start burning my effigy yet. Yet, I'm saying yet. Maybe someday soon. Uh,
What?
eh,
Also, thank you, Sandy D, for reminding us to go live, because we were talking in a green room, and then you came up with the 6 o'clock and 6:15 start time.
Yes.
And also, DJ Cryptomatic was supposed to be here, but he fell ill. So all the best to him. Hopefully he's watching today. He can't be here.
Well, soon.
he's pray for him. One like is equal to one prayer for a DJ Cryptomatic. Get well soon. Man, I don't know whether I don't use Facebook as much. There used to be a wave of such posts. I don't know if it's still there. But
On Facebook?
yeah, Facebook posts were like that's one like is equal to one prayer.
Okay, yeah.
Was very famous on Facebook.
Okay. Never heard that.
Black Swan Hex said Papa B is out helping little old ladies cross the Shibuya crossing.
I hope he's passing out hex flyers or something.
Yeah.
Handing out hardware wallets and, you know.
What up, Flat Earth Underground, T-Bird? Your excellence.
See, yeah, and we have AK who has see some people
Straight into
listen to me. Yeah, some people. That's what I feel proud of. Some people listen to me, and I already mentioned something last stream. Sometimes it is better to leave money on the table just because you know you are going to revisit the table. So that like that, I did not have not yet touched ETH proof of work, mainly because I didn't have any fiat on ramp for it available for me. So, and I do not trust bridges, which is the most commonly hacked thing in crypto. Like
Yep, bridges fail.
yeah. So, and we have seen it like not even month ago, right? Like which bridge was that? Anyways, but so till there is a safe way of getting, so, and it's free. So for me, yeah, it is just lying in the wallet. So doing nothing.
I mean, at
My
a
hex
minimum, you could just check the Block Explorer if you don't want to connect or none of that stuff. Just check the Block Explorer and you'll see your copies. If you're just worried about seeing those, they're there. But yeah, playing with it is a risk. Yep.
Yeah. And I think from what we saw on, I guess only most adopters for EPOW are also Hexicans. because
Yeah, because Hex was
these were
Hex
the
was
few.
like the Hex was like the top moving asset on that right when it
Yeah,
came up.
totally.
Hex was
The
like
top,
the top.
Yeah.
I think yesterday was the top 4 moving assets.
Yeah, but it also moved down a lot.
Mm.
So anyways, so
Yeah.
anyways, it's a free split. So for a free airdrop money. Now the more important thing I haven't touched it is there is something regarding tax. I have no idea how it will be construed as, uh, and any transaction can change the tax status. So I am not touching any crypto. Um, like I said, I am just waiting for Pulse Chain to launch, and on Pulse Chain I will launch my own coin. Then we will see. So I am not really looking forward to anything else. I am not buying anything else, nor am I selling until Pulse Chain launch. And until Pulse Chain launch, I have also vowed not to use the golden mic. So
Yeah.
everybody is happy.
Are you
So
sure
what do
you're
you
going to keep that promise? Go ahead. Sorry.
he sings at his badminton session, so I guess that's
Yeah.
good enough. But what do you guys think about
Yeah.
Pulse Chain? Do you think it's gonna happen this year? Now that ETH proof of stake is out there?
I personally think Richard Hart and the devs now are gonna watch this POS system very closely and see what's gonna happen there, and the actions we've taken and all the other people on the chain. And I don't know whether or not they integrate something from that, or they learn from that, or they're definitely gonna have a look on what's going on. I mean, what do we have now? We got now the updates on the also on the PulseX. What was it? PulseX no, not liquidity providing.
Limit orders.
Limit order. Yeah,
Limit
limit
orders.
order came out.
Yep.
Was it last year or so? Last week?
Yeah, like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, last week came out the limit order. So they're getting to a point where they, I would say, getting very close to launch. I hope so. Yeah, it must be. Let's see what happens with them.
Yeah, there's a lot of data that Richard can, I suppose, tap on, just to see how degen everyone is, and then they'll start moving the price and whatnot. Because when ETHW dropped, it's not completely zero. So technically, if I report that, that's still a taxable event, depending where you live.
Sorry, I was just reading chat, and because AK has asked this question specifically for me. See,
Oh dear.
now I am going to preach the Bhagavad Gita. I think I had said this during the, what was it, big payday live stream with EXO, and I don't know, he doesn't like, the stream has been taken down due to copyrights. But yeah, I will repeat it. Maybe I will repeat it in a better tone of voice. It's called, these are words from the Bhagavad Gita. Like, everybody remembers the, who was that? Dr. Manhattan's statement, like, and now I've become dead. Yeah, yeah, he made it that quote famous, but before that there is this verse called "Karmanyevadhikarasya ma phaleshu kadachana," and it is like you have the right to perform your duty, but you do not have the right to claim the fruits of your duties. So, but this should not be the reason to not to perform your duty, or be the reason to perform the duty, the only reason to perform the duty. So my for me, the sacrifice has been that way. I have done my part. Rest, whatever will happen. So I yeah, no expectations. But see, that's the thing. I did go into the Git GitLab code of Pulse Chain. I told it. I kind of know the reason why Richard Hart has stopped, or there hasn't been a much update at the front end, even like for. But I know there is being progress made in the Pulse chain, and why it has not launched is purely a technical issue, which will be solved soon.
D, I think you've been requested for love advice. There you go.
See, I, I cannot give. I would prefer giving financial advice than love advice. But
Relationship advice. There you go.
relationship. Franks want to speak. Would you like to speak?
No?
You're on mute. You're muted, Frank. What up, Wales?
Wales.
Sorry, I was saying goodbye to Sandy. Sandy only had 20 minutes to stay with us.
What?
So you are waving goodbye at Sandy thing.
To Sandy B. Sandy B is going. He's probably going back to work or something.
Yeah. See, at about this is the around the time we start losing people log in and log out. But anyways, I think but for love advice I would say, like, the poetic version is like it let it go and if it is true love it will return to you. And just like she has shown her freedom of expression, now when Pulse launches you will have your freedom of expression. At that time you can take a better decision.
I don't know. Can I say my piece? Or just, yeah, can I say my piece, I suppose?
Yeah, just fire away.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, yeah, if she doesn't stick with you when you've got nothing, then she probably doesn't deserve you when you've got everything. So, yeah, just leave it at that. Yep.
Yeah.
What? Well, it's kind of true as well. Yeah. Actually,
yes,
yeah.
you can have your No, you know, that's the thing about indicator. Like indicators, if you start using that as an indicator, I will be able to manipulate the price. You know, I may just break the vow and start using the golden mic till then. But I really intend to keep it till Persian launches.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you're going to
But
find time to write songs because we'll be so busy.
Yeah.
we, till then, we can play my old clippings. I don't know. Is it
You're inviting freedom.
No, the one which what was that? Land whales only did.
The best one was with the low battery one. That was the
Yeah,
best one.
our old old
I remember
intro
that low
or
battery.
outro. What was that? Our outro or intro? Intro.
I don't know the
Anyways,
one.
but my favorite one is the I am a hunter one. I just I like to see RG3 and Kinetics' faces like while I was singing. Like both of them had their like, oh my god, what is going on? I think it was the same with the low battery thing. Anyway, good old
Where
days.
was it? Was it on Disco's channels? On RG3's channel?
Yeah, during the FN Hangouts. See,
Oh, radio. Yeah.
Well, I got some news on the HexAsians hoodie front. I know I got a DM from Suzanne of Suzanne Art. She said she's currently working on it, so be on the lookout for that. I think there's at least maybe 10 to 15 Hexicans that said they would like one of those, so hopefully we'll see it soon. And probably by next show I will have my custom post chain Susan Art hoodie. I already got it should be here probably tomorrow, but so next show I'll wear it.
Respect.
Nice.
So last time I saw her, she was in Oktoberfest drinking beer.
Yep. And there might be another HexAsian item coming from one of our favorite shops, but that's still in the works. So we'll put that out when I get a confirmation as well. HexAsians is taking the community by storm.
You must be moving around soon, no? There's not enough space in your little room there.
No,
to put all the hex merch.
Yeah. I don't know. We've had our we've set a good mark in the community, and we've been very well accepted, and people just enjoy what we put out, and we have fun and show our food and what are we drinking and badminton lessons and you name it, we talk about it.
And love advice.
Yeah.
Relationship advice.
Yeah.
But I don't know why AK is so interested. But well, the thing is, again, I have to declare some part, like I have a bigger bag of Pulse than Pulse X. So I will say that Pulse X, Pulse will pump harder than Pulse X, mainly because you need Pulse to interact on the chain. So people will try and buy. This is maybe but initial thing, right? But
Hey, middle class, can you fire up maybe somewhere down in the show? One of our honorary HexAsians is in the Asian area. Motley being in Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
He put up a couple of clips of him fishing and having a nice toast with his family out there. So shout out to Molly.
Yeah.
Shout out to I mean, of course, there's things going on everywhere, but Puerto Rico, I guess there was a hurricane that hit them pretty hard. So everybody's safe, but remain safe, and we thinking of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. Wheels, are you?
Take.
Why are
Oh,
you so
gosh.
quiet?
Nothing for me to say, man. I'm just gonna be rambling for the hell of it. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty busy, I suppose.
It seems like every hour there's a new fork. It's like Jesus.
Well,
Enough.
I mean, it just goes to show the importance of utility and understanding, or comprehension, better yet. Because which fork is going to win? It's easy to just assume it's going to be East proof of stake, but why? And these are the answers that nobody has, right? There is nothing that solidifies if they're in proof of stake, because it's still the same crap that it was Friday. So nothing's changed there. If they're in proof of work, ETH-W is actually, from what I've seen, cheaper to use than if they're in proof of stake. I don't know anything about the fair one, so I can't speak to it. But those are just things for people to take into consideration when looking forward at the future, because you can't look at things as if they're happening, as if they are right now, right? Because right now isn't 2 years from now, and that's very difficult for people to like process. So you got to think in the future, not right now, because right now is really irrelevant. Right now is a function of the past, right? And that's why you always got to be looking forward. So there's no telling what ETH fork or ETH chain is going to be valid in the future, right? There's really no way to tell. So
Right.
enjoy your copies and sit back and relax, and don't do nothing you don't understand. Don't put your value out there in a way that you don't understand.
Especially don't take new money. Don't inject new money into those
100%.
things.
Yeah, that's
If you're gonna
exactly.
play with something, dump your sheep.
I mean,
or
number
dump
one,
something
there's
and-
no viable bridges that I know of. So
Right.
if you do, let me know. Because the only one I found, I checked and it was no good. So I don't know who's putting new money in any of these chains. As far as I know, there's no way to bridge value to them. So if you can't get money out, you shouldn't be putting money in. To answer this question, what's my take on Jeremy Grantham's Waiting for the Last Dance and 50% correction from the all-time high? If I'm not mistaken, I think we're already there. Let me just check. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're like 25%. Yeah, we're 25%. So the average stock market correction is 30%. But this one is expected to be so severe that, it wouldn't be far-fetched to see a 2000 SPX price again, or index average again. But what happens if it doesn't stop there?
Yep.
Right? So, I've been talking to you guys about what's coming for a while. We're here now. And it's important to understand that nobody on Wall Street has a clue. Like those guys over there, they're either faking, and they're good at faking, or they really just don't have a clue. Because, look at what the World Economic Forum has been letting us know for over a year. In fact, over 2-3 years. We will own nothing and be happy. I would take them at their word and I presume to think that I know what they're gonna do. Because the only thing we can say with certainty is that the dollar is done, and we can see it in every which way. Like if you look at what happens in third world economies, and I'm saying third world in between quotes, it's the same thing that's not happening in the U.S. You have central bankers trying to talk interest rates a certain way, and at the same time, they want the market to do all the work for them, right? And this is the most important thing to understand as a market participant, because that is how you get caught off sides. Because what happens is that, oh, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash. You're not trading for that. Just like most people don't expect the market to continue moving lower. That's a fact. You had a lot of people calling for the bottom last week. I don't know what they're seeing, but I'm not. But there is no bottom in sight, because the actual monetary issues are not being solved. Nobody's doing anything to solve them. And the level of education required to put us in a position where we can see positive outcome is very scant. Like it's not visible at all. So what's going to happen for a bottom to actually occur is economic destruction. Like what we saw in 2008 should pale in comparison to what we're about to see.
Right.
Should. And now the reason I say that is because the main currency in which international trade is settled is no longer that currency, which is the US dollar. That's no longer the case. So that's one big thread out of the economic blanket, global economic blanket, that is no longer in place, right? So what happens when that thing, that string, that thread continues to unravel, right? And these are the things that nobody really has the answers to, because they're not thinking about it. They're thinking of this as if it's some regular run-of-the-mill recession. Wall Street doesn't understand the dollar is done. So when you're listening to people talking to you from Wall Street, you need to understand that, because that's why I don't care about what they have to say. What do they have to say that's a value add to you that you don't already know? You're in crypto. You're where they're trying to figure out that they need to go, right? So whatever they say over there, kind of null and void, because they don't know so what's the purpose of knowing a bear market is coming, right? Or that a crash is coming or whatever. It's to protect their assets, right? Protect their value. Now, the average person in the market views that as buying treasuries or going to cash. That's it.
Yep.
Buying, downside put option protection or whatever. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I mean, what they could be doing is what most likely is doing is hoodwinking the easily deceived investors, like the little guys. Like, oh, they said everything's good, throw it in.
Mm-hmm.
They know it's not good. They're gonna be on the winning side of that trade. There's
Correct.
always gonna be. So that's what they're doing, is just setting up the misguided people.
Trade. They're trying to guide people where they want them to go, and that's what the majority of financial media is. This is why you should never care what anybody in media has to say. You should take it as something to study against and look at the opposite side of, because that's more than likely where the trade is going to be. And that's very uncommon for the average person to take into consideration, because the natural thought would be, well, why would the TV lie to me? Well, that's all TV does, right? But it takes time to get to that point where you can see that. And when you look at the conflicting information that you receive from the media versus what the market does, it makes it pretty clear that they're strictly lying to the viewers, right? And that's what it's about. Because at the end of the day, how do you make the right decisions ahead of time, right? Because the media wants to tell you what's good at that moment, but by the time they tell you, it's already too late.
Yeah. And how many times are we going to continue to allow them to get free passes of everything they say is going to happen, or all these unemployment data comes out, or is all unexpected.
Right.
Everything's unexpected. But
Right.
meanwhile, all of what Wells knows, people that don't even have,
Everybody knows.
We all know, but
Everybody
them,
knows.
oh shit, we got that wrong. Oops. No, we knew you were gonna get it wrong, and
yeah, it's common.
They gotta know that if they want to fix inflation, they need to raise the interest rate to like 12%, not fucking 0.75% basis points. That's gonna do nothing. They know that.
They do.
But
actually, you know what's funny? When they teach people about the monetary system and all that stuff, you know, the common frame of thought is lower interest rates equals better economy because you can borrow at cheaper rates. But the fact is that that's a lie. It's actually the opposite. The higher the interest rates, the more incentive there is for economic actors because there is a greater ROI embedded in the market. So you're going to have more market participants. You're going to have more competition. There's going to be more risk, more reward, right? So that's the, you know, if they tell you one thing, it's 100% the other.
Right.
Fact, right? And
well,
and
I think
just let me finish. If the past 12 years of zero interest rates didn't teach us this, then there is no helping us.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I'm done, bro. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna jump in there. Yeah.
I mean, it's wild, right? I mean, it's one thing to have a random group of guys, because I'm not some special person. You know, there's a bunch of people like me on the internet relaying this type of information. You know, the only difference between me and others might be some of us are in crypto, some of us are not. But at the end of the day, it's like Crypto King says, this is not a secret. You know, if you're looking and you're understanding, if you're looking and comprehending the what, the who, you know, all the W's and all that, and you're connecting the dots per se, then it's not impossible for any of this that we're seeing now happening, for it to be true. It's just not. Right? So this is how people can see the inflation coming, people can see the recessions coming, because they're not really believing or taking into account what the common consensus is, right? Or what the general consensus is. Because typically the general consensus is going to be wrong. And that's because that it's like playing house, right? When everybody agrees with the same frame of thought, typically came from somewhere that it, you know, it shouldn't have came from. And that's what we see. This is why, you know, everybody was buying Bitcoin at 60,000 and all of that. You know, it's important to remember that we had what was it, April to November. We had a 7-month topping process. Topping, meaning a double top, specifically in this case, because that's the only way a top can, you know, last for that long. So you can't pretend, and I think we talked about this last week, you can't pretend to think that a bottom is going to happen in, you know, what has been November to now, 10 months. Like it just doesn't make sense. And that's merely because of the bottoming process, right, versus the topping process. And it's like I explained before we would have V bottoms and tops, and that was a function of the market. Big players were little in quantity as a proportion of the market versus the rest of the market. Whereas now, there's a lot more big players. It's not just a few people. It's a bigger, broader market. And we know that there are institutions in here that are doing their damnedest to manipulate it. We know it, both on the Ethereum side and the Bitcoin side. So, you know, these are all things that you got to take into account when you're analyzing the market, because that's going to determine what actions you should take. It shouldn't be what you think or what you think and your opinions and all that, like, it should never be internal. It should always be based on external happenings, right? Like what the market is doing, what sentiment is telling you, all these things. Like, they should never come from inside you, because you don't know anything, right? If you did, you wouldn't even be watching the stream. You would just set the trade and keep it moving. You wouldn't need to listen to anybody else. So keeping those very trivial facts at your forefront, at the forefront of your mind, is very critical, because that's how you don't make stupid trades. And I know it sounds kind of redundant or asinine almost even, but it's not. It's kind of like understanding how prices move. This is how people get caught slipping, by not understanding that it's a hot potato, right? Whether it's up or down, it's a hot potato. Somebody is passing that price off to somebody else in the hopes that they're either selling at the right time or buying at the right time. That's what's going on when markets are going up and down, right? And that's like step number one. And most people can't even get that far, right? And that's why they miss a lot of the nuances that are critical in seeing what's not being shown. Because as trite as it might seem and as annoying as it is, you got to understand how a buy happens. You have to understand how a sell happens. And I mean like A to Z, right? Because when you understand that, you don't miss any steps in the process as to what's going on, why it's going on, because that's how you see it. You don't see it by guessing. You see it by taking information from the market and connecting those bits of information to give you like a nice mosaic, because that's really what it is. The market is a big mosaic made up of all these different elements that paint a picture. And that picture that you end up seeing is dependent on how you connect or place those pieces within that framework. So, don't dismiss the things that you don't see, but don't dismiss the things that you do see, right? Because that's the funny thing about markets. You just never know where the heat is going to come from, right? Or the smoke for the smoking gun. You just never know. So you got to keep your eyes open and your ears peeled. Because, like, look, we talked about those forks for a little while, but a lot of people didn't think they were going to happen, and here they are, right? And it was pretty much a guessing game. And even with the merges, right, how many times has ETH gone to proof of stake, right? It's been going to proof of stake since like 2016, and it just happened the other day. So,
and how do y'all feel about knowing that CZ and Binance are like large stakeholders in proof of stake Ethereum? Like,
it shouldn't even be surprising, in my opinion.
so
Or is it just me?
Yeah, that's some shaky ground there.
Well, we got to remember, Ethereum is essentially owned by World Economic Forum.
Yep,
So it makes sense.
Yep.
BlackRock and
birds of a feather. All right, so that actually makes sense.
Yeah, CZ's probably already initiated anyway, so.
Yeah, 100%. There's no... Okay, so we talked about this, I don't know how many times, but BitConnect is Binance. Like, people got to do their research. BitConnect is Binance. It's just not doing what everybody else got caught doing in this cycle, in the fake DeFi cycle. But BitConnect is Binance. They all go way back. CZ is CCP. So all these entities are out here keeping people thinking that they're doing something, and they're not doing anything. What's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled? It's making people believe he doesn't exist. And that shit still goes on to this day. That happens in all manner of form. Right? It's just like people thinking government's there to help them. Sure. Wait for it. It'll come. Just not this lifetime. Right? But there are people that are still going to wait for it. That's the way it is. So that doesn't mean you should be paying attention to that, or you should be, rocking with that or aligning with that, you got to figure out what makes sense, right? How do, like, you know, when you think about, well, what are we trying to do here? We're all trying to knock it out of the park, right? And that's not impossible, but it takes a certain frame of thought and a certain type of understanding to make that a viability. And the reason that is because if you keep following the crowd from one thing to the next, that means you're late every single time. Because the crowd is going to elevate the significance of whatever that thing is, whether it be price or popularity, because those are the same thing. You guys get that. It's very important to understand that price is a function of popularity, because that's people voting with their money, whatever that money is. So price is a function of sentiment, which is a function of popularity. All that is psychology. It's not even technical analysis. It has nothing to do with markets, in fact. It has everything to do with how people feel and view things, though. See, and once you get to that level of understanding of how markets operate, it's a whole nother ballgame. Right? You don't get caught in hoopla and FOMO and all that, right, at the top nor at the bottom, because you're just being as objective as possible. So yeah, it wasn't even automatic.
I just wanted to add really quickly, like, I think Binance and even Bitcoin and ETH is just one huge giant bait and switch. Like, it was like, oh, you know, fuck the banks, yeah, come to this thing.
Yeah, seeming like that, right?
Yeah, it's like it's designed for people to get wrecked, you know, and then well, it's kind of well, it is designed that way. There's no doubt in our head. Like, you know, the recently I had one of my onboarded his own onboards, and then it's like, so my onboard's like, he's on Binance, and we just both face palm with each other, like, you know, that's where he stores his money.
Oh,
and like, yeah. That's like level one noob, you know.
Yeah.
And then and yeah, definitely congratulated him for, you know, getting him a hardware wallet, you know, obviously getting onto Hex, and then yeah, he started to stake like on his MetaMask with 12. He said, no, hold on, use a hardware wallet, do it right first time around.
Yeah, it's hard being new in crypto because you really have no clue, and that's the thing that, for us, being in it for so long, is difficult to understand. Like, all this Binance, Coinbase, you know, coin ranking sites, like, I don't see any of that. Like, I use Coinbase to on-ramp and off-ramp because I've always had to. That's it. I'm not doing anything else on there. It's never made sense to me because that's never how crypto has worked. So I find it weird that people are all reliant on these centralized exchanges and all of that stuff. It was one thing when everything had to happen there before, right? But then once MetaMask and all these types of situations arise, it changed the whole dynamic because that's not what it was supposed to be. See? So it's very important to understand that. Now, a hex on proof of work, for those that don't understand, there's no bridge there. So that's people taking whatever they already have that got copied over and buying hex with it. Just so people understand that's what's going on, because there is no actual bridge unless you got like an centralized exchange account where they're taking that EW. That you don't have access. Like, there's no way to bridge it. But then if you have those centralized exchange accounts, you gotta be wary and just use them as route through pass-through mechanisms.
See, but the main thing is ETH work, proof of work has done the original sin, which is they have given equal amount of ETH to all participants. So the Ethereum Foundation has a huge bag. We already heard about Grayscale having a huge
Grayscale.
bag, and of course Vitalik has a huge bag. So yeah, it makes sense to convert whatever you have on that chain into hex if you are a Hexican. But again, don't forget to keep a bit of Ethereum proof of work for transaction. So at least you can be able to stake or and unstake your more importantly unstake your stakes when they come about.
Yeah, I had
Yeah, I
to.
think yeah.
I had to.
Because there was
Go ahead, D. I keep cutting you off,
sorry,
man. I thought you was done. No, you're good. It's
no,
just there's a
no
lag.
the what was I saying? Yeah, keep a bit of Ethereum proof of work at hand so that you can don't convert everything into hex. What I was saying, because uh, we had a guy in Hex India chat. He converted. He bought Hex with everything he had. Like he converted everything into, and then he didn't have a ETH proof of work for doing transaction. And on top of that, a similar situation arose, and I don't know if the tweet was really true or whether it was someone trying to get free money, but somebody attached his or connected his wallet to a faucet for
Ooh.
Ethereum proof of work, and his whole wallet got drained. Uh,
Ah,
so that
see,
hurt.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people gotta be very careful.
Yeah,
And this is like, even when the proof of work stuff was coming out, I was being very wary about what people were doing. Like, so the first day where this proof of work information came out, um, there was all this conflicting information. I think this was Friday, maybe. And that you had this Kyber swap, and they had just got hacked, and I had never heard of these guys, and they had their own RPC URL and all this stuff. And it's like, the average person doesn't understand how any of that works. The noob, like not us up here, they're not
yeah.
gonna know, that just because somebody else has a different URL pointing to that they shouldn't go there, or that they can go there. Right? Like, the internet is not like a brick and mortar situation. And I think that it's difficult for people that spend all their time on the internet to realize that. Like, we are few relative to the population. Like, those of us that actually know how the internet works, or at least have some type of idea, right? Like, even we still fall victim to these traps. So you got to educate people in the weirdest ways of what to look for when they are on the internet, right? Like, if you don't know, this Kyber, whatever, they got hacked like last week. So if you're connecting your wallet to that, you got to be careful and understand what you're doing and how you're connecting it and what it is that you're doing. Like, that's crypto. This is not some stock market shit. And I think people really lose sight of that because they think it's just some point and click. Like, none of this is point and click. This is all very technical because this is not safe, because people are out here and they're able to scam. Like, the whole industry is set up for that. It's not like Hex. And people in Hex have a hard time respecting that fact. So if you see people just acting, like lackadaisical about connecting to things, don't think it's okay to be like that, because it's not. Because you don't know what you're connecting to unless you know everything about what's behind that DNS. And it's hard to find that out. Very difficult. And I'm not I'm not a computer person, but I know that much about computers. So if you're out here trying to push people in directions that they don't understand they're going, I suggest you just take a chill pill.
Mhm.
A lot of people out here acting
And
like everybody's on their level.
like
I just want to add to
even
it.
after so, yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
even after knowing so much about the uh, just a minute.
Wasn't me for once. Go ahead.
It's coming for D.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
me.
yo, what's going on? I even muted myself. Like, is it me?
Actually,
Yeah,
I hit the mute button on Wales and I was thinking, oh, damn it, bloody Wales, and then you've done it already, and I go, hang on, why is the noise still going on? Oh, bloody Wales.
D-Rush will change.
Right. Somebody else for a change. Never mind who.
He's being deported.
Right.
For being too cheap.
Yeah, that was funny, man. That was funny.
Oh man,
Running a
they are
Welcome
after
back.
me.
scam.
Sorry,
Yeah, welcome back.
but yeah, even after knowing so much about the blockchain, I am still afraid to connect my wallet with
There you
ETH
go.
proof of work, and something I think hexodal like if etc is working, ETHW will also work. Yes, it may, but remember that ETH proof of or rather Ethereum is on a regular basis being 51% attacked. We don't hear about it because we are not like nobody is really cares about it, but it's not very safe. And considering like that hash rate can move anytime from one chain to another, we may see same happening with Ethereum proof of work. So yeah, 51% attack risk still exists in proof of work chain. Even though it is theoretical, it does still exist. Proof of stake is the way to go. Yeah.
But
And
what's keeping even the Ethereum Classic guys going? If they know,
Money.
but if,
I can't think of
like
anything else.
it still works. Huh?
You guys see that?
Like, why would you kill your source of income?
wow, the hash rate fucking skyrocketed.
Let me ask you a question. Is that because there's so much proof of work going on now? Go back to that image if you can, please. I want to see something. Huh. Yeah, definitely like tripled right after that.
Are they merge mining?
No,
Something going on.
it's. I think we need to compare charts of Ethereum and Ethereum Classic and Ethereum proof of work, but basically, I think 1/3 of it went back to Ethereum Classic mining. So, which is like a huge chunk, even though. So, but yeah. So there is that hash rate can anytime move.
Do you
What
there?
happened with D?
So what I was saying, there is enough hash rate on Ethereum Classic, which can anytime move on to Ethereum proof of work to 51% attack. I don't think it is possible, but nobody knows for sure. And there are the other risk of what you call a replay attack is already kind of non-existent. I think they found a solution when the Bitcoin Cash split happened after the Bitcoin SV fork. There was another fork for it, Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash Core, something like that. So they
The
found
SV.
a
That's what you're
cure
talking
for
about.
it. I lost track of what's going on, or rather, what I was saying. You
Forks.
guys need to
You're talking about fork.
keep No,
Because I
you
mean,
guys need.
talking about Ethereum Classic is like the way they make money is if there's transactions. If there's no transactions, they're actually losing money. So why would the chain go on so long for Ethereum Classic with zero
Because
transactions?
there are transaction, because there are bridges to Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. If not direct, there is always that trade going on between exchanges.
But is it profitable today with the cost of energy and all that stuff? I mean, I don't. I'm not a miner, so I don't know that. But
I think it would depend like where
Yeah,
you
I think.
live, what your cost is, right? Input costs and stuff.
yeah, like where are the ETH miners? Is it the same situation as Bitcoin miners? Like
I don't think
majority of
Yes,
it.
so, right? Is it?
yes, yes.
They're
China,
all in China? Damn.
everything, everything.
Binance.
Like
Oh shit.
I know. I think China is one, the major one. Other one is Iceland. I don't know about the US. In
I think Hex is the way is probably the only U.S. ETH miner.
Shout out to him, by the way.
yeah.
I think he stopped
So
mining.
Yeah.
that is the other thing. Yeah, I I'm not kind of buying it proof of work. Like, yeah, it is bad for the environment. It's bad for society. Like, yeah, proof of work is bad. We need to shift. But hey,
Did
free
anybody
money is
see
free money.
CZ? I guess Banter. He was on Banter, and CZ said, "Proof of stakes here to stay." I was like, "Wait a minute, aren't you? aren't you on the proof? Or I mean, proof of work is here to stay. I mean, sorry. Um, that's according to him, but with him being a
Yeah,
proof of
yeah.
stake holder, I mean, he's saying proof of stakes here to stay. So, I mean, proof of work. Sorry. So.
So yeah, even though Binance chain is already stake, he still says proof of work is. Yeah, it's it.
You know
Bitcoin.
what he's trying to do, right? It doesn't matter. His business model is trading. So if he supports, ETH proof of work, and then he say, "Oh, come and trade and Binance," and then he just makes more money. Who cares?
Yep.
Just before I lose my chain of thoughts, I just wanted to say, I mean, whatever bad things that happen in the other crypto, well, they're not really crypto in the space, rather in general. It's just leading us towards a wall garden, whereby some authority will come in and say, "Oh no, everything's regulated. This is a good place. Come and trade," and it's basically just to look after their own buddies. Just don't forget that.
Pretty much. It's kind of crazy, right? Because this is so easy. Just read the first line of the Bitcoin white paper. But all these other, I guess, distractions really just take people's eye off the prize, right? Because that's what it seems like.
No way. What? Yeah, true.
Yep. People don't wake up. Sure as hell will be.
I don't know how the miners are still surviving in China because there's clearly a crackdown, blah blah, whatever, or at least that's what they want to tell us. There's a crackdown, and then they still have the largest hash rate for anything in the world anyway.
Yeah, who the hell was it? Somebody, I had to tell somebody this the other day. Like, how many times has China banned mining or anything crypto related.
Bitcoin and yeah.
Just anything crypto, right? India too. How many times have they banned this stuff? When are people
I
gonna
think
learn?
Russia too. Yeah, Russia.
Yeah,
Even banned
whoever.
Bitcoin.
You know, just
Yeah,
name a
yeah.
country, right? At this point, just name a country. And how many times are people gonna learn that it doesn't matter what these clowns say? We're at the point where you either take control of your life or you just let them control it. That's where we're at.
Yep.
And you know, it's gonna be tough for a lot of people to make the transition because I mean, I remember how I was when I was in the military and then I got out. You know, it was rough when you didn't have somebody telling you what to do 24/7. It's like being in jail damn near, and it's almost how a lot of us live. And it's difficult to see that. But when you wake up, do a 9 to 5, and it takes you 3-4 hours just commuting all day, you know, that's really a 12, 14-hour job. You don't have time for you. So you get home, you cook, you clean, you do whatever you can, and then you go to sleep, do it all over again tomorrow. And then hopefully you got a weekend. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and the same group that told us what to do these last 3 years or 50 years since I've been alive.
All the same
Now they're
group.
telling us now they're telling us we got to eat bugs, and you know, it's like everybody's gonna be like, okay, I guess for lunch from now on I'll eat crickets. It's like, what?
Yo, and they're already putting that stuff in people's food and not even telling them.
Yeah.
Real, you know, true story.
Yep.
Wills, let me take this question.
Yes, sir.
Liquid loans. Liquid
Go
loan.
ahead.
Liquid loans is a fork of a very old project called Liquidity, which you can already see what happened with that protocol. So I imagine something similar happening with that uh, liquid loans token. See, and it is not safe. It has instant liquidations, means you will get liquidated on a scam week, which are very common, and depending, like, they will need a oracle feed, and if they are pointing at the wrong oracle, you may get liquidated just without a week, uh, on a, what do you call, a price that never existed. So I am staying away from it. Yeah, that's my thing.
What?
That was funny.
Oh, Satan's Angels comes as well.
What?
I
don't get that. It's okay. Hey, go ahead.
No, we are at the 1 hour mark. Do you want to play that clip?
Yeah, we have
We
awkward
were-
silence breaks. How about that? Let's do that. One tea bag, 3 forks. There you go.
Was that
Of
was
a
the
tea
clip
cup.
of the milk tea? Was that before show or during show? I can't remember.
No, it was in the beginning anyway. What's this? Oh, if anything, it should be 0.
Yep.
It should be 0.
The question is, will we see it at 0? That's the question. Because we don't got to see it as 0.
Nah.
It just has to be live as 0 for
See,
24 hours or whatever.
Oh, gotta be, yeah.
I'll be disappointed if it's not 0.
See, how many times I have to tell you? one hex is one hex on each chain. So it really doesn't matter. At some point of time, there will be equilibrium. So we'll have 3 copies. One,
Yep, and people will game the APY.
one, yep. And we can compare hex to, like, what if like one hex is, or one pulse reaches the price of one ether proof of work, and what it is.
Now, would running a node for ETH-W help the network in any way, or is that just irrelevant?
Yeah, and it doesn't help.
Be right back.
All good.
I am busy practicing badminton. That is why I don't have time.
Dear.
I take out time on Mondays.
And coaching people karaoke.
Oh, yeah. No, but anyways, very few listeners I get on Spaces. It becomes awkward. So I don't really find it fruitful.
When's the next Asian badminton coin?
Soon.
4 more weeks. 4 more
4
weeks.
more weeks.
Oh.
You are obviously trolling me, and this is not.
That was fucking hilarious,
I'm kind of out of things to say.
Is it outro time?
man.
I don't know. Yeah, did
outro
we
for
miss
me.
anything? Oh, we forgot about the food.
Oh, yes,
Miss
yes,
Exquisite,
totally forgot.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Miss Exquisite, our local chef has made a lot of food for her daughter's birthday.
Yes, sir. And shout out to
And
Little Miss Exquisite.
Yeah. Happy
Happy
belated
birthday.
birthday. Yep.
belated happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday to Mini Exquisite.
Mini Exquisite.
Small Exquisite.
I think that's a pumpkin, and I think is it soup inside?
Should be.
Here, I just sent you some on Telegram.
Oh, did you?
Who are you asking?
Let me look.
Whoever can answer.
Yep. Pretty much.
Ah,
Well, let me move that forward.
is that karage?
Yep.
Yep,
Karage.
looks that way.
No
And,
mayonnaise. So Papa B. We saved Papa B this time.
yes. So today is respect for elder, so no mayonnaise jokes today for Papa. So we respect him today.
Nice.
Oh,
Fancy.
Yeah.
that's pork.
Pork.
It's pork,
Yes.
bok choy, and eggs.
Yummy, yeah.
6 slices of. Yeah.
And that's the entire spread.
Do we have a picture of the Vietnamese food?
Oh yeah, Motley's.
Yeah,
Motley's, yeah.
do that-
Motley's,
yeah, we'll
Vietnamese
do
food.
it at the end. I'll do it at the end. Yep, just a different angle.
Oh, I like the side dish with the cucumber salad. Oh, yummy.
I think it's zucchini.
Zucchini, yeah. Oh, yeah.
One and the same.
Broccoli and bacon slices in there.
It looks like a Caesar salad or something, yeah?
No, bacon. Yeah, bacon. I like it.
That's yours, isn't it, Dean? What is this?
Yes, this is spare ribs with chimichurri sauce, and there is it's at Kenny Rogers. I think it's something seasonal. They have it every year around this time, and that is corn, baconized corn. What this? So
Looks delicious.
yes, non-kosher. Because it end of Shmita.
JFK, my arteries are hurting just looking at that. Hungry all of a sudden. Nah, good for you. That's the whole idea.
Right.
Yeah.
That's mine. I think it's pulled pork with poached eggs on hollandaise sauce, and that's just sliced up beetroots. Yeah. Good old cappuccino. Oh, nope, not that. Hold on. Let me see if there is more. Oh, yeah, Crypto Kings. Hold on. Where is it? There we go.
Yeah. Bacon
Is that
cheeseburger.
Is that onion rings?
Onion rings.
Or
Yep.
just- yeah.
Yeah, little they
Oh,
for some
fake.
reason they give you a little mix. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with a mix, man. That's all I say.
Hell yeah.
Is that printed on the serviette?
Yeah, that's where you put the burger in so you don't get all messy. It's like a sleeve so you
It's
can
a
hold
bib,
it.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
no, it holds
okay.
the burger.
It's a
So
sleeve.
it's like
Oh.
a thing, yeah.
Like a napkin.
Yeah. It's like it opens up like a pocket and you just throw the burger in there and you could eat it without getting all messy.
Check this out, guys. Sorry to interrupt, but breaking news: India's largest crypto exchange, Wazir X, to delist USDC as a tradable asset next week, apparently.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
It's over.
Because they are using BUSD, because it is,
BUSD.
even though Binance made a statement, it has nothing to do with it. Just when there was a case against it in India, but yeah, they still have connections, so they are pushing BUSD.
Yeah, benefits them.
Doesn't
so for
matter,
sure.
but doesn't really matter. Don't be in USD. Anyways,
All right. Keep going. What is this?
oh, hexagon.
It's a drink.
Yeah.
Tea.
I just
honey
saw a
tea.
hex.
Tea. Yeah.
Hexagon.
Yeah, it's a
Tea
hexagon.
hexagon.
It's like some honey
Nice.
tea or something, yeah. But I think I either tweeted it or yeah, I did a tweet. The new season of Fortnite came out and it's like hexagons everywhere. And then it's the new map that they put out. Check it out.
For sure. Hexagon's a futuristic shape.
Yep.
No.
There you go. Well,
fucking
yeah,
right.
that's but apparently that's always been the case in Japan. In Asia in general, I mean,
Yeah, true.
they eat it as a snack, I guess. It's like eating peanuts and beer nuts or whatever, you know. So that's like a snack. It's not new. Like I said,
No,
Asia's
yeah.
very familiar with eating deep fried grasshoppers or whatever. So it just seems like the thing of the talk of the town right now with the WEF talking about eating bugs, but it's not new in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing badminton. Those are badminton crickets. Grasshoppers. Badminton. So is that the name of your team, D? The badminton grasshoppers?
Yeah. I need to trade. I haven't trademarked it yet.
Yeah, it seems like they're about to eat their own kind. They're like at the bowl. Like, what is this?
Oh, I think Miss Exquisite made those.
Pulsation color is. I don't know how. Is it resin? Yes.
Yeah, resin. Yeah.
Who is singing in the background here?
Well.
Wales? No.
Imagine.
Yeah, something must have happened if Wales is singing or doing a rap or something. They've gotten them. Yeah.
Homosexual grasshopper cannibals. Okay, JFK. I'm not on your level. I know when I'm being outworked.
Yeah.
Oh, he's there's an official warrant.
Oh yeah, that's what they
arrest
say.
for him. So
I thought.
who knows?
Yo,
Whatever.
hold on. I saw somebody snap a picture of it. I don't know if it was a picture of a tweet or they quoted the tweet, but he was like that he's cooperating and all this. I'm like, man, this is a complete circle jerk. This is a circle jerk right here. Ain't nothing gonna come of all of this. That dude gonna get away with it, just like he's gonna get away with it.
Oh, so where's he now?
At home, chilling in Singapore, bro.
Someone says he's left, and then he's on.
He
the
left
boat
Singapore
with,
apparently. Yeah.
he's
Oh,
left.
that's news.
He's on a boat with Suzu or something. He just read a room or something. Who knows? And whenever he can, holds up a cup. USDC, please. USDT.
But yeah, we I think at the peak we had around 41 viewers. Like, nice. These guys hit like, subscribe. We need like after the 1,000 subscriber mark, the algorithm really kicks off, kind of thing. But so we need 1,000 followers.
What's the subscriber want now?
Yeah.
I
Typhoon. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently the typhoons on the west coast. It was raining pretty good earlier, but seems to be smooth sailing from here on out. But they did get Hiroshima and all them. They got like a direct hit, so hopefully everybody's down there's okay.
Yeah.
That time of the year too, man. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, typhoon season, and I think there was a earthquake in Taiwan as well.
Yeah, there was an earthquake in Taiwan. Yeah.
So,
Yep. Blame it on climate change.
but thing is, like I was.
Oh, there's Motley. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, that's Motley with the with his extended family.
Eating good, living good.
Fishing. Well, I was like, that's him right there in the net. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's catching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him.
yeah,
right there.
catching a catfish or something. He said. Yep.
Ooh,
There you
jump. Yeah, nice.
Be careful, crocodiles are there.
I think it is a kind of a domestic pond. Like,
That was set up, Molly. They already had that thing there waiting for you.
yeah.
That was staged. That was a stage catching.
Come here, white monkey. We show you what we do every day.
Literally every day.
But that's what they do. Like, literally, that's what the Asian do. I mean,
Yeah, that's
they were
exactly
cooking
what
from
they
the morning, onwards, all the chicken and everything, and then in the afternoon for dinner time, he actually decked the table and they ate all together. It took a whole day to prepare the food.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
about
it
to
usually
pour
takes
out.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
about to
that's
pour
normal.
that.
That's normal, Asia.
That's
Anywhere.
a coconut, right? Yeah. I think
Yep.
so.
Yeah,
That's
coconut.
Just
That's
coconut
normal
chicken.
anywhere where you can't just go buy food. Right? Wherever you can't just go buy good food, like which is pretty much nowhere, it's gonna take you all day. The thing about
There's also
go ahead, bro.
That's also a social thing because I mean, all
Yeah.
the women, all the one parts, all the sisters and aunties, they prepare the food the whole day, and then they're having their part of chatting around and doing all the exchanges or whatever they need to do. And men just normally sits around, they have a beer, or that's what I do normally. And then in the afternoon you sit all together and have their lunch or late lunch or early dinner or something.
There you
And
go.
I think it was like Motley's first time visiting his in-laws, so might have been a
Oh,
feast just for that. I think so. I'm not sure, but
Culture shock.
Very
well,
nice.
I think he's been over there before, so I don't
I
know.
think he's been there for other things. But
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's his first time. I don't know. I don't remember. So
And I
can't
hope
say.
he's going to be able to make it to Japan. So if
He said he's making it. Yeah, he said he's like that's part of the itinerary from what I've seen.
yeah, because they're still
So he's
acting
traveling
kinda
around
weird
Asia
with
now.
the. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Nice.
Not now, but whenever he does.
yeah.
And I think
And
Gary, I might see Gary too. So
that's right.
We'll
yeah,
see.
remember that. That'd be good.
and
it
if
be?
he plans, if he plans to be in the Philippines in the next couple of months, I may be here, or so. Don't know if we meet. If we'll meet. I'm planning a kind of a hex meetup next weekend. I was supposed to do that this weekend, but I was kind of
Batman.
yeah,
Playing Batman.
too busy.
No,
Well, I know Super Hex said he wants to come hang out with you again. So that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. The plan was to visit his a friend who is Hexican. To like he has a sports bar there. We are planning to go there. I am planning to go there. Let's see who is available. I have to arrange for transport. Mm-hmm.
doesn't your car get you there?
Huh?
Doesn't your car get you
Sorry.
there?
I
You
don't
just
drive.
Oh, you don't drive.
I
I
don't
thought you
drive.
said you had help them.
He
Yeah,
takes the
like
jeepney.
Just call an Uber.
yeah, I prefer.
Or
And
tuk-tuk.
no, the place is outside outside the city range, so we cannot take a direct Uber there. And yeah, I have to
The
take.
trike.
I have to search for the right stops to take to for the jeepney to reach there. Like Helsinki. Oh, like I
What?
wish to go.
It's a low
It's,
flight.
yeah,
I think they
I
go back to
would love
digging a
to go
trench.
there.
All right, guys. Do you want to call it already?
Yeah. Good night.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
And a special message for those listening on replay. If you are like watch it it's too late to tell you now that you should have watched it in 2x speed, but and if you are good for you, and if you are watching for the first time, please like and subscribe. You know why I'm saying this? Because just when we like logged into StreamYard, it was kind of those notes, and today's notes, so I was like, don't forget to wish the people who watch on replay. So put to practice what you learn. That's it.
Nice.
Outro.
All right.
Thanks.
Just go ahead.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for hanging out.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Just final reminder: don't connect your wallet to dodgy websites. Okay, I know we've got so many forks, but you just stay safe out there.
So middle class. Satan's Angel also asked for the meetup in Japan. Isn't that the Halloween?
Oh yeah. Is that the
Halloween
Halloween
cruise?
cruise?
The Halloween cruise, yeah. 29 October.
Yeah.
It's just a
Maybe we
it's a
can-
2-hour cruise, and then there's a 2 after party clubs where the party will continue.
Maybe we can go through this next week or so, next week Monday again, just to remind
Yeah.
or something.
Yep. Cool.
Alrighty.
Radio. On that,
All right.
have fun.
Yep.
Bang,
See you
bang.
all next week. See ya.
Yeah. See you. Have a good night, everybody.
आए बदन से पहले माता चूड़ी माला दिए मोबाइल बॉडी भांगा दिए बदाम मोबाइल बॉडी किलो 5 से कदम तत समान पूरा बादाम तरन आए बदन से पहले माता चूड़ी माला दिए मोबाइल बॉडी भांगा दिए बदाम मोबाइल बॉडी किलो 5 से कदम तत समान पूरा बादाम तरन बादाम बादाम का कच्चा बादाम आमागा चिना को बुबु बादाम 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 का कच्चा बादाम आमागा चिना को बुबु बादाम 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 बादाम
This is my voice, one day into working at an Indian call center. This is my voice, 1 week after working at an Indian call center.
Hello, your computer has virus.